So in this video, we're going to take a look at how we carry out an enlargement of a shape, and the timestamps for these questions I've put down in the description. So for our first example, we need to enlarge triangle A by a scale factor of 2, and we're given the centre point of coordinates 2, 1. So the first thing I'm going to do is mark down this centre point, coordinates 2, 1 on the grid. So because triangle A is being enlarged by a scale factor of 2, that means the dimensions of our newly enlarged triangle, triangle B, will be twice as much. But we can't just plot this anywhere on the grid, it has to go in a specific position. And the way we can find that is by finding the coordinates of our new triangle B. So all I want to do first is see how I get from my centre point to all the points in triangle A. And we're going to do that in a form of a vector. And we've looked at vectors recently in our video on translations. So I've left links for that video if you want to check that out first. So to begin with, I want to find how I get from my centre point to this bottom point of the triangle A. So starting from our centre point, I'm not moving left or right, I'm simply moving up. So from our centre point, we're going up by 1. So what would our vector be for this? Well, we haven't moved any in the x direction, so that'll be 0. And because we've moved up by 1, that means we're going to have a y value of positive 1. So that would be our vector for that bottom point. I'm then going to do the same thing for the top left point. So going back to my centre point of 2, 1, how do I get to that top point of triangle A? Well, I'm not moving at all in the x-axis, but we're then moving up by 3. So the vector from the centre point to the top left corner of triangle A would be 0, 3. And now for the final point of the triangle, we go back to our centre point, but this time we're moving 3 in the x-axis. So because we're moving 3 to the right, it's going to be positive 3 for that movement in x. And then we're moving up by 3. So again, because we're moving up, that will also be positive 3. So the vector for that final point from the centre will be 3, 3. So as we said earlier, because we're applying a scale factor of 2, that means that all the dimensions in the new triangle are going to be twice as much. This is also going to apply to the vectors for the movement of the points. So what I can do now is apply my scale factor of 2 to the 3 vectors we've just found. And all we need to do is multiply both the x and y values by that scale factor of 2. So starting with the first vector, if I take 0, 1 and multiply both of them by 2, I get 0, 2. If I do the same to the second vector, I'd get 0, 6. And then for the final vector, if I multiply that by 2, I get 6, 6. So now what we do is go back to our centre point and find the new points of our new triangle by moving by these vectors. So starting back at the centre, the first vector we've got is 0, 2. So we're not moving at all in the x-axis, but we've then got 2, so that means we're moving up by 2. So that would be this first point. Okay, moving on to the next vector, we go back to our centre point, and we're now moving by the vector 0, 6. So that's 0 in the x-axis, so we're not moving at all in the x-axis, but then we're moving up by 6. And then for our final vector, again, we need to start back at the centre point. We're moving by the vector 6, 6. So that's 6 to the right, and then 6 up. So that's our final point plotted. So now all we need to do is join these points together. So joining them together, that gives us our triangle, which then we label B. And as we were talking about earlier, we can see that the dimensions of our new triangle are twice as much as the original triangle. As the original triangle A had a height of 2 and a width of 3, our new triangle B has a height of 4 and a width of 6. So let's take a look at one final example. So for this final question, we need to enlarge shape A by a scale factor of 3, and we have a centre point of 11, 0. We then need to label the new shape B. So what I'm going to do first here is label that coordinate for the centre point of 11, 0. So now that I've done that, I'm going to find some vectors So starting from the center point, I'm going to go for this bottom right corner first. So what are we moving? We're moving 1 to the left. So because I'm moving to the left this time, that would actually be -1. And then I'm moving up by 1. So because I'm moving up, that would be +1. So our vector for that first movement would be -1, 1. I'm now going to do the top right corner of A. So again, starting from my center point, I'm moving 1 to the left. So that's -1. And then I'm moving up by 3. So again, that would be +3. So my vector for that point would be -1, 3. And now I'm going to take a look at this top left corner. So starting from our center point, I'm moving 3 to the left. So that would be -3. And then up by 3. So that would be +3. So my vector here would be -3, 3. So there are 3 more points to find here, but when we're doing an enlargement, we don't actually need to find the vectors for every single point. We can just get away with doing 1 and then applying the scale factor to the dimensions of the shape. So when we have got a trickier shape, we can find some extra coordinates just to make it a bit simpler. So for this shape, I'm just going to use these 3 vectors here. So to find the coordinates of our new shape, I need to apply the scale factor, which in this question is 3. So all we need to do is multiply our vectors by 3. So if I take the vector -1, 1 and multiply that by 3, I get -3, 3. Then the vector -1, 3, if I multiply that by 3, I get -3, 9. And then finally the vector -3, 3. If I multiply that by 3, I get -9, 9. So now I'm going to apply those vectors to this center point. So starting at the center point, moving that first vector of -3, 3, that means we're moving 3 to the left and then 3 up. So that would be our new bottom right corner for shape B. Now for the next vector, we have to start from the center point again. We're going -3, 9. So that's -3, that means that's 3 to the left. And then the +9 means we're moving up by 9. And then for this final vector, again starting from the center point, we have the vector -9, 9, which means we're moving 9 to the left and then 9 up. So I've got 3 points so far. So all I'm going to do now is join these points together. And we can see here the biggest outer dimensions on that first shape was a width of 2 and a height of 2. We now have a width of 6 and a height of 6. So now I need to find these remaining sides, which I've highlighted in orange. So instead of finding the extra points, all I'm going to do now is apply the scale factor to the dimensions of the sides. So starting with the top left corner in our newly enlarged shape, in the original shape we're moving down by 1. So that means in our new shape, if we apply the scale factor, we times by 3. Well, 1 multiplied by 3 is 3, so we'd be moving down by 3. And then we're simply going to repeat the process until the shape's joined up. So from this point, in the original shape, we'd move 1 to the right. So in our new shape, we're moving 3 to the right. In the previous shape, we then go 1 down. So in our new shape, we're going to be going down by 3. And then finally, we can see in the original shape, we're moving across to the right by 1. So in our new shape, we're moving right by 3. So the shape's joined back up. So we know we've got our dimensions correct. And this would then be our newly enlarged shape, which we have to label B. So well done if you followed along with those couple of examples. And that's it for this video. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please feel free to leave a like and consider subscribing. If there are any other topics at all that you'd like me to go through next, then please just let me know down in the comments, and I'll try to make some videos on those topics as soon as possible. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.